we've never needed a producer, in our opinion, in the sense of having them mold this band or help us with the songwriting. We were already delivering that on our own. So we just always needed it basically just to learn more of the inside of the studio, of just being able to get tones and performances out of each other. But I guess it just depends on from band to band if they're capable of that. I mean, there's some bands that might be able to write a good hook, but just maybe need help in trimming a song down or just the structure of it. But in our case, I don't think we've had those struggles. I think we've been able to deliver that.
I want to know something about Asylum and the duality of this title. How can you explain?
Well, the name of the album, and I'll speak for David since he's not here right now. The name of the album is Asylum. And for David, when he was writing a lot of the lyrical material on the record, he was very isolated. He was going through a dark time, and so the term asylum ended up being not only a place where a crazy person, gets put in, obviously we're disturbed and all that, but asylum also means a place, a safe haven. And so that was the dual meaning behind it. Was in particular, he was writing about a lost loved one, and so within that, thinking about his lost loved one was making him crazy, but the thought of his lost loved one was also keeping him sane. And so therein lies the asylum duality.
So there are two B-sides in the album that for me are very interesting. So one is Tree, that is about a very hard case of news. There was a metal band that has been accused of killing somebody else. So can you tell me why did you decided to talk about this story?
They weren't a metal band. Yeah, no, they weren't a band themselves. They were just kind of the outcast. There were three young teenagers that in the Bible Belt of America, the community. They don't like these kids that wore black clothing and they listen to heavy metal music. And there were three, young boys that were killed, and it seems as if the blame was placed on these teenagers of committing the crime with no real evidence. And I think just the community, they were convicted, and one of the guys, Damien Eccles, is still on death row right now. And we just wanted to kind of just partake in just building awareness of it. There's been other celebrities that have gotten on board over the years too, because this happened back in 1993. But we just wanted to build awareness of try to help raise a little bit of money to their defense so that they receive a fair trial. Like I said, there was no evidence or anything pointing at them that they had anything to do with the crime, other than them kind of putting the fear in one of the kids that was actually mentally challenged, and they got him to make a confession that they only have that portion of the interrogation on video, but all the other hours and hours of interrogation they seem to have lost. It just seems kind of convenient for them that they only kept the part of a confession that they scared him into. So it was just something that we just kind of wanted to get behind and hope that I think this fall, I believe that they're kind of bringing up the case again for them to review a lot of the mistakes that happened during the case, and hopefully justice will be served and come out. So it was just our way of kind of getting behind something that we believe in.